This week, Elon Musk and Asmongold go at it. DrDisrespect gets monetization back on YouTube.
Yeah, show me a receipt for
104,
that.
ladies and gentlemen. Kai messages me every morning and says, "Good morning, beautiful," every single morning.
Again,
do you have somebody else in your phone named Kai? Is that the thing?
No.
Is that what I don't realize?
KaiserKai90, baby.
It's his secondary phone. It's actually his work phone. He does it to himself every morning.
I don't
He
have
has an auto post to himself to wake up.
Yeah.
I don't have a work phone.
You know those you know how on iPhone
They tried to give me one with a fucking
text
Android.
messages
I'm like,
now?
I am not fucking touching that.
You can send delayed text messages on iPhone, so he just has it set up to repeat every single day.
Yeah.
Actually,
Missa, one of her good friends, Keith, the one that lives out by Cece, actually, she has him recorded from one of the voicemails saying, "It is entirely too late for you to still be working." And that's the ringtone for him whenever he decides to call her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, it is.
Kai,
And the thing
Kai
is
froze.
normally,
Oh, no, we're good.
normally when he's calling, it's like, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock his time. So it's like midnight here, but it's still not super late, I guess, if you're talking, financial stuff going on in California, because that's what, 9 o'clock,
Right.
9 p.m.
9. Yeah. 3 hours behind.
So-
Does anybody remember how to make the notes dark mode?
I never thought we could. I don't know. I can't do it on mine. You have to be have the newer version of Notepad.
Oh, it's probably because I have Windows 10 right now, not Windows 11. Gotcha. Okay.
All right, now I'm gotta go through and find this shit. So you guys do your podcast. I'm gonna figure out how to dark mode this shit because
I
my
think
eyes
it's-
are burning.
Do you
I
have
think it's Windows 11.
Windows 11?
I had it before and I don't have it anymore. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all
If
right.
you're on Windows 10, you can't do it.
Kai, how was your work trip, dude? How'd you fucking break your hand?
Work trip was cold. It was good though. I mean, we got
Where
the
did
warehouse
you
set
go
up
exactly?
Dallas.
Dallas Fort Worth.
And
Okay.
we heard
We're-
you were fucking cruising around in a fucking sweet Tesla.
Yeah, I hated every minute of it. It was such a shit car. But the yeah, I heard about your little conversation and shit too. That thing was, oh my god, it was so stupid. They're like, oh yeah, just a little helpful hint. You should let it know when you're going to the charging station so the battery warms up as you go.
Yeah.
Like we pulled up and we were sitting at this charging station for 20 minutes because we had to wait for it to thaw out or whatever because it was so cold. And he has to charge it every single day. I'm like, you're telling me I have to charge it from 20% to 80% every single night? I was like, I could get a full tank of gas and be good to drive for 400 miles and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But the Tesla, you're going to drive 100 and something, 200. And then even at the turbo charge stations, you're still sitting there for 30, 40 minutes waiting for it to recharge all the way back up to 80. I can only imagine if you're going to 100.
Not if your battery's warm though.
Okay, but
Normally
how
it
long
takes
does
like
it
20
how long
minutes.
does it take though?
20
Let's
minutes.
be honest here.
20 minutes.
Okay,
20
20
minutes.
minutes.
Fully charged.
No,
Like-
you get to 80.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know
So
what it takes to get to 100.
so you're telling me that the way of the future is to just
Slow
have to
everyone
plan
down.
out an extra 30 to 45 minutes a day just to charge my car?
No,
to do
you
shit?
don't have to
Not if you
plan
plug it in
anything
at
out.
home,
What you do is you plug it in at home, charge it to 100%, and then you just type in your destination on the navigation system. And if it's, like when I go to Indianapolis in March, it'll tell me, oh, hey, in 2 hours, stop here and charge for 20 minutes, then stop and charge for 10, then stop and charge for 20. It figures it out for you.
So
Yeah, on my way from
your
you.
trip is going to take you an additional hour and a half to 2.5 hours to do
Probably-
a 5-hour trip.
Probably an hour. Yeah,
So your
probably
trip
about
gets
an hour.
20% longer because you're taking the Tesla
Yeah,
instead of a 3.5 minute fill up.
yeah.
Pass.
I mean,
Who
all right.
Who takes a 3.5 minute fill up anyway? You always gotta go to the bathroom. Get some
Well,
beef
here's the difference though,
jerky.
because but here's the difference. It's not an hour fill up, right? Because we're not stopping to go pee and get jerky and all that every time we stop per se, and we're not stopping every hour or so. We're stopping after 5-6 hours of driving.
Can I also point out that CC lives in the state that has the lowest gas prices in the nation, and he buys an electric car?
Yeah.
Like,
look at that.
He brags about how cheap gas is. He's like, we're the #1 ethanol, creating state and
we
the
have corn.
world.
We got the corn, bro.
Right. And so this dude's like, so I have all of this, like, all these natural resources here in my backyard. You know what I'm going to do?
No idea.
I'm going to fuck with the power grid.
You know, here soon, what's going to happen is we're going to be mining right off the coast of Florida for some oil. And then next thing you know, I will say Texas did have really low gas prices compared to us. They were at like $2.60 or $2.40 or something like that.
Yeah,
and we were still sitting at like $3. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, we're at
Texas is where all the
280.
oil companies are.
We're at 286 right now at my local Shell, which it's weird out here. So in California, you have these like different kinds of gas stations where you have like discount gas stations like, you know, Arco and stuff like that, and then you have like Shell, Unical, the name brand stations. And basically, if they have a credit card, they're one of these name brand stations, and it's normally like 10 or 15 cents more. Out here, there's like no difference in price. The Shell down the street from me is like the cheapest gas around, unless we go to Sam's Club. We have a Sam's Club membership now.
Oh yeah,
and
shit. 10 cents off.
It was like another
More.
10 or 15 cents off.
yeah.
I think it was like $2.69 there. So yeah, it was like 15 cents lower.
Little tip: go to Sam's Club on Sunday. For
No.
sample day. You're welcome.
No. We go to Sam's Club. Okay, so Missa has recently, she's changing jobs right now. So she's in that time period where she doesn't have to work
right
'cause
now,
she's
yeah.
still And so we actually went to Sam's Club on like a Tuesday midday, and she's like, "Is this what it feels like to be retired? I love this. I cannot wait to be retired."
Sundays are the worst days to go, especially right after church. Everybody's at the store. It's
Yeah,
so
when we
crowded
used to
in
do
there.
our shopping, I would always tell Miss, I'm like, you want to be at the store at 10 a.m. because that is when mass for all the Catholics start, is at 10 a.m. And if you're there at that point, there's no one in the store. You get your stuff, but you have to be sure you're completely out and home by 11:30, or otherwise the streets are swarming.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just like going on Sundays. I got free samples. So
You live in
enjoy it.
Iowa.
You look
That's like
you
what the
free
like.
I
samples.
do. I love them.
Damn.
I love them.
Isn't Iowa like the third most popular, like the third least populated state in the nation, or something like that?
I don't
Like you guys are
believe
just
that's-
behind like Nebraska and Wyoming.
Okay, I don't believe that's true.
Rhode Island.
But fuck Rhode Island. I was gonna ask you, Kai, have you ever tried Factor or any of those kind of like meal services?
No, I did the one. I can't think of the name of it, where they
Hello
send you
Fresh?
like what's in the meal. That might have been it, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't order it. Somebody else did, and they made it for me, but I didn't
okay.
ever make it myself.
Yeah, because we did Hello Fresh for a while, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it, but you got to cook the food. So
You save the cards, right?
oh yeah, we got it.
You have to cook the food. What a shame.
Yeah, at my house, it's just fucking the fucking disaster area. Okay,
Everything's microwave. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's not. But it's we just go out to eat every fucking night because nobody wants to cook. So it's wonderful. It's great.
Yeah, I believe that.
But no, we went and got. I went and bought a bunch of healthy groceries, and then we've eaten out twice since. So I think I'm just gonna stop buying groceries and go to Factor. Just fucking have the shit delivered, and I'm just not going to the store anymore.
I bought a bunch of
'Cause-
healthy groceries. I got the white Oreos.
The
So-
white Oreo. I actually got
So
brown
Cece's-
rice. Okay, so yeah,
Oh, yeah?
I didn't get,
That is
yeah.
good.
So Cece's wife, once their kids like all moved out and everything, because his daughter recently got like her own place,
Yeah.
and she's just like, okay, no kids, I'm not cooking anymore.
she doesn't wanna
I'm
cook
just,
anymore.
and that's it. And I'm like, what do you mean you have no kids? You've got a
Yeah.
freaking like 6-year-old downstairs. You need to take care of this.
I
dude.
know, dude. It sucks. She doesn't
And-
want to cook.
She just doesn't want to cook anymore at all.
Yeah.
And so even the HelloFresh stuff, it's still just a struggle to do that portion of it. So we were talking, and I'm like, hey man, just well, the whole conversation started because I was asking if he wanted to go like halves or quarters on a cow. Just like the entire cow, split it up, buy the thing, whatever. He says he has a guy. So if anyone needs a guy, Cece's got a guy.
I'm not sharing my guy.
You're not sharing your guy.
No, I'm not. I'll share with you.
What about for the people that like, comment, subscribe to YouTube to help us hit that 1,000 follower
maybe.
or subscriber mark?
Maybe.
Because as of recording this video right now, we are 24 subscribers away from that 1,000 mark.
Almost made it.
Um,
Almost.
Crazy.
That's a milestone. That's a good milestone.
It's
That
a
is.
huge milestone. But I've also seen, and I talked to CC about this not too long ago, that YouTube is one of the slowest growing platforms when you're trying to do stuff. There are content creators on like TikTok, Instagram, and all these other things. Or there was this one girl I follow where she puts all her content on all 3 platforms. She's got like 3.5 million on TikTok, 1 million on Instagram, and like 100,000 on YouTube. And you're like, well, 100,000 is a lot. Yeah, but not compared to the 4 million plus that she has on these other platforms. And she's like, yeah, it's cool that I hit this milestone, but this is like my slowest growing thing. And it's like, YouTube, help us out, man. Come on. We want to be there for you. Help us, help you, help yourself.
Yeah. Help me, help you, help us,
Unlike
help us.
Midnight Society Gaming. They're so
slow
CC.
that they've actually come to a complete halt.
It's worse than a halt. It is a implosion. So I did a little bit of research when you sent that to me, CC, and apparently right after they cut DrDisrespect from that roster, they also let go 50% of their employees.
Jeez, oh Pete.
So
you think that has to do with the fact that he was like the biggest advertisement for Midnight Society?
So he was definitely the biggest advertisement. Zeus was thinking that he was putting his own money into it, and I just don't see him putting his own money into it. But he was the reason that they raised so much money. Definitely.
I could see at least raising. Yeah, I don't know if he put some in or not. I don't know if he owned part of it. I thought he owned part of it, and he got.
Well, he did. So he apparently was a partner in it, right? And like I said,
how are you a partner in something without putting money?
Not necessarily. I mean, you could just start it and then go off of the donations. They didn't start anything until they'd raised $20-some million before they even started. Development,
right? And then it was like 24.7 million or something like that through Disrespect stuff, and then in total they've raised 35 mil, which means that everything else other than what he was doing is less than 50% of their overall. And I don't know,
how does 24 point whatever million not last you 3 years?
I don't know. That's crazy.
when you're expecting a bunch of money, when you're expecting these things to be coming in, you don't really plan for no more money coming in. No one expected to be kicking him off of his own project. No one was expecting the downturns and everything else. They're expecting this thing to continue to grow. Allegations.
Like an espresso machine inside of the office, and then was like, oh shit, we couldn't have afforded that actually, and booted half the employees.
Yeah.
I mean, they might have seen the writing on the wall in the beginning and just said, we lost our biggest, advertisement, our biggest free advertisement. Because I've never seen this game advertised anywhere. They didn't need to.
Well, my whole thing with it is what do you, if you're that close to shutting down when all that shit came out about DrDisrespect, if you're that close to just dying anyway, why not just fucking hop on the DrDisrespect fucking bandwagon and ride it out? I mean, what the fuck do you got to lose?
Here's the thing. They probably didn't think that they were that close to dying because they had this constant influx of money coming in. They might have thought that they were just, that they were too big to fail at that point because they'd already had these things going. But going through Reddit and some other, forums, people are like, yeah, as soon as he got kicked off, I sold my founders pack. I wanted nothing to do with this because I came in because I was supporting the streamer that I really liked. Yeah. I don't care about this gaming company,
Yeah.
So
crazy.
I think that they were, I think they were expecting to still be able to float things for a whole lot longer than they were. They were expecting more income to be coming in. But at the end of the day, when you lose the name of your brand, I mean, yeah, they had to either do one of two things. They either had to just say, okay, that's it, we're done, and cut their losses, or they just, like CC said, go with Disrespect and just back him on the whole thing. And you either crash and burn with this dude, or you flourish. And by what I see, Disrespect's still flourishing. He has his haters out there.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
this guy's still making fucking money.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's still streaming on YouTube
and Rumble, right?
Yeah, but he's still on YouTube also though.
Yeah.
You think he'll ever get remonetized?
Not on YouTube.
I don't know. I think
that's why. I mean, that's why he's mostly pushing for Rumble.
I think that with the current way that like Facebook is leaning towards less censorship, I think that they are. Zuckerberg was on Rogan.
Oh, that's not why I'm laughing. I'm laughing at how that whole thing went down. It's like, so we're not censoring people, but we're just letting everyone know that we're going to censor people less now.
Well, so the government,
less of something we aren't doing.
Apparently, the government was making them censor people. That's what Zuckerberg says. Okay, and he's got proof of it and shit. But
I don't doubt that.
My thing is Google's gonna have to do something. YouTube's gonna have to do something. I think they should bring Steve Will Do It back. But that's just me. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just like I think Twitch will unban Aiden Ross eventually. So I don't know.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Twitch is very much they are lenient, and then once you cross a certain line, they just don't go back on it.
Yeah, but there's a video of the CEO of Twitch saying that there's a discussion to be had there.
Well, we've already talked about that whole thing.
Right.
And it was the same thing with DrDisrespect, and people just keep running their fucking mouths. Like you were saying that his next stream was going to be on Twitch. That was what, like 2.5, 3 months ago? And I'm like, it's not going to happen. It's not right now. That's not what they do.
Well, Aiden?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think why it wasn't was because he had to stream with the Kick Dude, because there was like a lot of threats going around. And I think they straightened their shit out because yeah. But I think he'll be on Twitch by the end of the year. Aiden Ross.
All right. You heard it here, guys. It is January 30th, 2025 at 5:52 p.m. Eastern Time. CCPunishment has made the prediction.
31st at 11:59 and 59 for
Aiden
Ross to be on Twitch.
I'm not afraid to say that, because I think he'll be on. But anyway, what up? How'd you break your fucking hand? Did you answer that already?
Oh, no.
It was the Tesla.
It was the Tesla. The
fucking charging port.
So I saw this kid swimming in one of these ravines, and as he was swimming, I noticed that a gator was swimming up, and being the pro gator wrangler I was, trying to save this kid, I jumped in and pushed the kid right as the gator was coming to get him, and it snapped the side of my hand. And obviously I knew to punch him in the nose, and it made him open his snout. I was able to pull out and then lock his mouth closed and, push him away too. So it really was just training just kind of kicked into play, and I just got unlucky with the save, so. Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The first time ever that KaiserKai90 has pulled out of anything.
Yeah. You're welcome. So.
Wow.
All right.
I can't believe that was a CC punishment story if I ever heard one.
So I understand that's like the real story, but what's the story you're going to give to like the newspapers and everything?
Oh, the newspapers. Asking? Yeah. If somebody else were coming asking, I want to be a little bit more humble. I'm going to say that I was trying to empty out the water trough for my horse so I could spray it out. And as I push it over, I didn't give it really enough oomph, and it kind of came back and landed like right between my pinky and ring finger and snapped right below my knuckle, snapped my bone. So yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, I kind of think after hearing
that, the first story
my hand hurts. I would think I'd rather go through that first story because my god, Jesus,
yeah, fun times. Well, the first story is what happened. The second story,
right.
Humble.
That's not your first time. Didn't you get bit by a shark on your finger one time, saving a kid?
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. I got bit by a shark. Yeah, early in one of the earlier episodes. Yeah.
Oh no, it was Reap that used to fall out of helicopters all the time, right?
Just happened once. Just once. Okay. Just once. You don't fall out of a helicopter twice, dude. You don't survive twice.
You're put in the middle once you fall off a helicopter.
Yeah. They don't let you go in again.
On the outside.
Yeah.
It depends on how far it is. You're fine. Whatever.
We got to tag Reap in that.
Hey,
but
Reap's back at Lockheed, dude, and he won't tell me about the aliens, and I'm fucking pissed about it. Every time I talk to him, like, tell me about him. He won't.
He's never going to tell you about the aliens. Apparently, I don't know if this was a true thing or not, but I guess Elon Musk was at Area 51 at some point.
Yeah, because the Geo guy, like, no, not Elon Musk. You're thinking of Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
Okay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon
Yeah,
Ramsay.
because the GeoGuessr dude placed the guy that we talked about like 2 weeks ago.
Hey, if
I
Elon
guess
Musk's at Area 51, shit's about to change in this world, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, he probably runs Area 51. Let's be honest. It's his side project.
I don't
He
know.
takes all the
and-
alien technology and turns it into SpaceX.
And getting in a fight with Asmongold.
He'll get in
hear
a
about
fight with
that?
anybody. He doesn't give a shit. No, what did he get in a fight with Asmongold about?
Well, so Asmongold was talking about his characters on like Diablo 4 and Path of Exiles 2, and pretty much like 100% somebody else plays those characters.
Oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't
I
play
heard
them.
this. I heard this, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so Elon like got mad and then started talking to Asmon and then like leaked their DMs and stuff like that. And I guess that's against TOS, but whatever. Apparently, he also took away his blue check mark. I didn't look.
Oh, no
I don't
shit.
Have Twitter, so I didn't look at. I don't have X or Twitter, so I couldn't look up Asmongold. But that was the story. They took away his blue check mark. I don't know. Maybe it's put back. Maybe it was never taken away, or it was.
So
I don't know.
I do have
But-
a little bit of a little more information on that whole thing.
You still have
Elon
it.
Musk has admitted to paying someone else to play his account because he wants to play at the highest level. So he does account share. And so Blizzard and I forget who runs PoE. There's this whole thing about why is he not being banned then? Why is that account not being banned? Because that's against TOS. It always has been. So that's a big thing. But yes, he did say that he does that, but he does it so that he can just play the game at the highest level without having to do the grind. He's basically
And hey,
the same thing that
Go
like
ahead.
WoW allows you to at this point, where
Go
it's
ahead
like,
and ban
hey,
him. He'll
give
just-
me.
buy your fucking company. I mean, whatever. He doesn't give a shit.
God, could you imagine if Musk bought Blizzard Activision?
It might actually turn
I
into something
could.
good though.
I could. It would be fucking awesome. Just like Twitter got way better after he bought it.
Ooh, speaking
Yeah.
of Activision Blizzard, it's not on the list, but they just got caught. I can't remember who it was that did the deep dive into them, but there's two things with them. One is they're trying to develop the anti-cheat, right? That everybody's
Yeah.
waiting for, and people to go back to COD. But the problem is that some devs that are working with this anti-cheat are actually selling the anti-cheat like specs to hackers for like $30K.
So
the
hold
cheats are-
on. I could have swore that someone in this podcast was wearing a tinfoil hat saying that, oh, the devs are the ones that are creating these cheats, or they're the ones that are like, letting these things go out because they're going to make a whole lot more money off
Just
of
because
it.
they're selling info. I mean, that's obviously Activision's not okay with it, right?
Of course they are. They make more money. The fuck do they care?
I'm sure if they
Activision
really
can't be
wanted,
fucking
they
happy
could
right
find
now
the
because
mole
nobody's
pretty
fucking
easily.
playing Call of Duty right now. Nobody's playing Call of Duty right now.
Yeah. Well, that's another
Oh.
thing too. Is within Call of Duty, and I think it started with Modern Warfare 3, I think. But they noticed that Call of Duty was running obviously things in the back. Usually, you have a file that your game will go to because instead of having to like write programming that will access your camera and use the functions of your camera, it just writes a script to find the folder that has the code that runs your camera instead of having to do a whole different code anyways. And usually you have they're called like, I think DLLF files, and you have about like 6 of those maybe that your game might access. And they noticed that Call of Duty's was it had like a whole list, a whole page full of them. And they were wondering what they were, and one of them was camera, which makes no sense for Call of Duty to access your camera. There's nothing in Call of Duty you need for that.
So there's been an update on that after other people have looked at it. They don't know what they're accessing yet, but it is not camera DIL files. It is something else. They are still running shady things that they aren't supposed to, but they are saying that it is not the cameras.
Well,
So
the one I
we'll
saw
try to get
today
you-
had a file thing that talked about the camera, the DIL.
Why would you
file.
want to look at people's cameras?
Well, this is why though, because they have 2 patents. One patent is just like something to create 3D profiles based off of 2D images. So that, and then they also have another thing that incentivizes monetization based off of players' reactions. So if you're noticing like you're happy or something like that, then it pushes like monetized actions and stuff like that on you. based off of your happiness or your anger or whatever it is. So like it might keep trying to push like a power pack or something like that if it notices you're upset and you keep losing or something.
I mean, is that anything different than, talking about buying something and then it just showing up on your Amazon, deals of the week or whatever? So Missa the other day was just going off on her phone because she turned 30 in December. 30-year-old woman, and so a bunch of her stuff now is gender reveals, is weddings, is whatever, because she's as far as the profile knows, she's a single female in her 30s, and so she's sitting there with her phone going, I don't care about your fucking gender reveals, I don't care about, stop showing me this stuff. And just going over and over again, she's like, show me puppy, show me duck, show me cats, stop showing me gender reveals. It hasn't worked. It's still in her algorithm somewhere. She was so pissed, though.
I mean,
the algorithm's real, bro.
It will sometimes, though. I have done it to where I'll like talk about something on purpose, so it'll show up in my feed because I'll be like, "Oh, that one thing I wanted, and I can't remember where it was or what the brand name was," and I'll start talking about the object.
Was it anything like the Roto VR chair?
It wasn't, but that
does
look awesome. No, it wasn't anything like that, but that is something that is pretty awesome. Have you looked into it at all? Have you seen it?
No, I'll be honest with you. As far as chairs go, I bought a Secret Labs, and I'm a fucking Secret Labs fanboy now.
Well, do you play VR? You don't play VR at all, right?
I don't. I've thought about it, but I don't know. For me, I get motion sick for those types of things, like the VR rides that have the screen in front of you, because everything is so, for me, it's always blurry, and my eyes are always trying so hard to like focus.
Get contacts.
I don't like VR. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
You're just old, and you're just an old fogey. So
no, I played VR on PS5. It was kind of, or PS4. It was kind of cool, but it was like, it's just it's so much work.
They came out with Halo on VR.
That's fine. I'll play it on my computer, bro.
Oh man, it looks so fucking fun too. It's so cool because it takes like, if you do the bash motion, it takes that as a bash and stuff like that. It looks pretty sweet. But I mean,
there was. Go ahead. I got
the Roto VR, the VR chair. So basically, it's just a stationary chair, but it spins 360 degrees. So while you're playing, instead of having to like stand and rotate or anything like that, it just moves the chair. And of course, that can go like if you're flying or something, it'll kind of give you the motion of flying. But it's got future options that'll come with it too, like a pro backrest, which looked nice. It was like a comfort fitting type of thing. It's supposed to have a wheel and paddle attachments, which would be great for people, obviously, who play racing games a lot, because then as you're turning and stuff like that, you can feel the chair moving. That'd be pretty sweet. Right. It's also going to have like a keyboard holder, things like that. So any attachments that they can put on the chair is going to be on it, which I think will be pretty cool. I don't know what you would need a mouse and keyboard for VR for, but I don't know. It's not out yet.
Just waiting for Zeus to buy me a Secret Lab chair.
Here's the thing, man. I have actually thought about it. Like, I have legitimately talked to Miss and thought about it. But
it and put it on your bed for when you visit.
I know 100% that it does not matter what the chair is. I'm going to hear from him. Oh man, thanks, but I really wish you had done XYZ, different skin, different size, different whatever it is.
You think I'm that asshole?
Absolutely 100%.
No
if I would have bought you a Fortnite one, you would have been like, "Oh man, this is so great."
No,
I don't really play Fortnite anymore, and
the one color,
or if it had been Batman, or if I had see, and now he's like, "Oh, but this is what."
No.
If I had bought
you
the Jon Snow one,
blue to match your room.
The one color that has never been in my setup at all is red. My girlfriend bought me this chair, and I love it. My other fucking chair is fucking red, and she bought me that one. But I didn't
realize the only thing that aren't blue in your background are red, right? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, the flag is new. Yeah, the flag is new and Deadpool's new. But yeah, I've never had anything.
What about that thing over your shoulder?
That's Iron Man.
That's his chair.
Broken over there.
Oh, broken Iron Man.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. By the way,
but no, like I have legitimately
shirt, man. Look at this fucking beautiful shirt.
That's a pretty cool shirt.
Oh my god, it's
that's
great.
A pretty nice shirt.
Wonderful. I just thought you guys would like it.
Thanks.
My fireplace is yellow.
I've
Shut up.
I've thought about it. I legitimately did think about it at one
Yeah.
point, but
Dude, you don't have to buy me a
No,
chair, but
I-
if you did buy me one, I wouldn't be like, oh, I wish it was a different color. Like, I'm not that asshole.
If you want to take the money from his chair and get me one of those Secret Lab desks, I'm down. You know, that's fine.
yeah. So
It's only
the
like
V-
10 times the amount of money, but whatever.
Facebook Marketplace, dude. Look around for fucking desks on there. I bought both of these. This is the greatest desk setup ever. It's 2 desks zip tied together.
Okay.
Fucking
Like,
wonderful.
I don't really need another desk. I was just saying if there was the opportunity for me to
okay.
get a desk,
I got you, bro.
send a desk. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like if anybody's bored and they want to buy Kai a desk, I mean, who am I to stop you? You know what I mean? Like go for it.
you're not one to stop him, but I mean, your wife might have something to say about it if something just gets
She's
shown
not
up
gonna be upset if
randomly.
yeah, but we get free stuff. Like I'll send you the link, you know, and just that's fine.
What did Secret Labs
Perfectly
desks
okay
go
by me.
for? I know their chairs are pretty expensive. What are the
I
desks?
think they're close to like they're like 800, 900
yeah,
a grand,
yeah.
somewhere around there.
Oh, I thought there were more than that.
I know. Like the first time we talked about it, Reap was still on the podcast, and he like instantly bought one. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I have an
I like
idea. I think Secret Lab should just reach out and sponsor the podcast. I
If that
that
I'll
works for me.
100%.
Yeah.
I'll do this every single time. Let
I'll
me
do
see
this,
the
I'll do
Secret Labs.
You mean this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, you got a pill on the way, but yeah.
No,
I guess it says it on the pill. It's just hard to see it. Okay, I see it now. Whatever, man. I'm gonna get a magnet one, so I don't have to unstrap it.
Oh, it's actually pretty cool because when I would go on vacation and stuff like that, I would use the strap around my head on one side, and it would like
God.
hold it when I take flights.
And
It's actually
yeah.
pretty nice.
That
So,
makes-
but no, Secret Labs desks are the base desks that do nothing at all are like $550,
See, and that's not horrible, but,
that's
I mean,
but that's
My desk
literally
was good.
just 4 pieces of metal and like a desktop.
yeah, mine was
Some
like
of the
$40.
more expensive ones with like the standing, sitting, the hydraulics, I guess they go up to like 1,500-1,700.
That sounds right. Yeah,
Yeah.
$2,000. I think Reap got one that was like $2,000. He got the customized thing, like the pad and all that good stuff. So, I mean, to each their own.
Dude, we don't have Repavic
Here's what it
money.
is.
All right, we don't have Repavic
know.
money.
I know.
What do you
That's
mean?
unfortunate.
What do you mean we don't? Punishment just because you don't.
We don't know how much Bitcoin you got, man. I don't know. I know Reap's got Bitcoin. He's got all this shit, man.
Hey, man,
Can't buy
don't-
everything with
load
Bitcoin, okay? For the people
Yeah,
that do have money, if you have Netflix, I mean, maybe you're going to lose some of that money because their prices are going up again.
Yeah, I'm canceling
Yeah,
Netflix.
Yeah.
Today was
My wife
Today
said the
was-
same thing.
today was my final day on Amazon Prime. I really hope that I can still watch the last episode of Beast Games. Because it came out today and I haven't get to watch it yet.
If not, I'm going to laugh. I could try and stream it for you, but we'll see.
Wait. Why would you get rid of Why would you get rid of Prime? You actually
It's-
get quite a bit of shit off of Prime.
The reason that I get rid of it is because
He
I've
buys
got
too much shit.
I have $100 worth of Amazon returns in the backseat of my car that I'm going to go take back after this.
Oh, okay.
I need to
Is
stop
that
buying shit.
Amazon's fault that you have returns?
No, but like I fucking buy shit, man. Like it's bad.
You're gonna
like,
still buy shit. Facebook
no,
Marketplace isn't
no.
going away because
I'm
you get rid of Prime.
I'm trying to be better. Okay, I canceled. I'm not gonna say that I canceled that, but I canceled. Netflix is done. I'm not. It's secure. Yeah, something. I canceled something. I canceled like 5 things that I pay for every month that I don't really feel like I get much value out of.
Okay.
And Amazon's one of them. Like I just don't. They keep raising the price on it. And
Are you? Amazon does?
Yeah.
I know they added ads. I didn't know they were raising prices still.
Well, if you don't want ads, yeah, it costs like fucking $25.
Well, that's the funny
month.
thing is the most expensive jump in cost for Netflix is the ad free one. So the ad will go up $1 with the ad version. The ad free version goes up $2.50, and then premium goes up $2. And my wife has the ad free version, so we're going to go up $2.50 per month for that, which automatically starts on the next billing cycle.
So what's the price on that then? Total price then? Like after the raise?
I think for premium,
It's like
I think it's
$25 a month, right?
yeah for premium.
It's
Yeah,
unfucking real, dude.
yeah.
I remember when it was $7.99 a month.
Well, that's
$7.99.
Yeah.
I remember when it was $1.99 for all the DVDs that you want. That's when I started Netflix.
I
well,
thought
that's
it
when you
was-
were waiting
I think it
on
was like
shipping
$8.
and handling and stuff too. You know what the stupidest part is?
What?
They reached like the record jump in new subs. They had 19 million in quarter 4 of 2024. Record jump.
And they're raising prices.
And then
here's the thing:
fuck you, Netflix.
They have good shows. They have probably one of the best lineups out there as far as shows go. I hate it that we have to spend more money, but you know what? Things are only worth what people are willing to pay. And if CC's not willing to pay it, but I am, then you know what? It's worth it to me. It's not worth it to him. And if there's enough people that it's worth it for, go them.
Says they're probably going to raise it again by the end of 2025.
The one thing that I have still is HBO Max. That's my favorite one.
I mean, that's a good one.
But I think instead of Netflix and Prime, I might get Hulu for a month and try it out.
Hulu's not. I like Hulu. Paramount Plus is also pretty good.
We have Paramount Plus. We get that through Walmart Plus.
Why can I imagine CC just making new emails every month just to do their like 2-week free subscription and just watching each of them, just having like an order that he watches them now?
He has to cancel an email every single week so he can keep getting.
Oh no, he'll do the same thing. Like the text message from you. He'll just have it just every month. Every month it'll just go out automatically. I'd like to cancel my subscription.
I have some really big news that just came up on my Twitter feed.
Oh Jesus Christ! Why are you looking at Twitter when
YouTube monetization is back for DrDisrespect?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that changed my beginning answer.
I saw this like 10 minutes ago from a different source, and then I Googled it, and it kept saying that it had not happened. But DrDisrespect himself just tweeted that it is back. So,
I guess yes, he will get monetized on YouTube.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. So yeah.
Can you believe that DrDisrespect has been both canceled and remonetized before we got GTA 6?
He was canceled. He was canceled like 4 times before we get and brought back before we get GTA 6. Maybe he'll be back on Twitch before we get GTA 6, bro. Who knows?
No, that one. Now that one, I will say,
dude,
Aiden Ross will be back before he will.
I am fucking heartbroken. I'm gonna have to fucking like NCAA, right? I didn't buy a console. I borrowed one from my friend for a couple weeks to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I think for before GTA 6, I'm gonna. Yeah, he took it 2 weeks later. Cocksucker. Anyway, after he told me I could keep it for a couple of months, he didn't care. But he had to have it 2 weeks later. I might have to fucking buy a PS5 or an Xbox One X or what S.
Well, wait for the Xbox that's coming out this year.
I'm not gonna buy the most expensive one. I'm gonna buy the cheapest one.
Well, I'm saying wait for it to come out and then get the other ones at a cheaper price.
Well, the day GTA 6 comes out is probably when I'm fucking buying it.
Oh, well,
yeah.
There you go.
I'll just have to buy
it. I get GTA 6 and one of those used consoles up there. All right, thanks.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know. They're not putting it on PC at launch.
They're not?
No, not at launch because PC or Steam players bitch about the price of games too much, and they always want deals and shit.
That's
dude,
they're talking about
I'm telling you right now,
at $100.
$200 I will pay for that game on launch. $200.
Okay, you don't talk for everybody. So
I do. I talk to everybody. If you won't pay $200,
no, you don't talk for everybody.
Not
everybody
GTA
wants
fan.
to pay $200 for Grand Theft Auto 6 at launch.
CC,
release
you
it on
wanted
Steam
to pay
for $200. Release it on Steam for $200.
You wanted to pay $50 for a game you put like 6 hours into.
What game?
And you got it for free.
What
Zone?
No, I paid for that.
You were like, dude, I would pay $50 right now for a key to get into this game. I want to play this game so bad.
I would have.
And this is the dude canceling his subscriptions because he has no money, but he wants to buy
$100 worth of
for $200
in the car.
It's not that I don't have money. I'm tired of fucking spending money. I want to save money.
God, why can't I play your fucking your?
I make bad financial decisions.
Yes. You know what? I'm going to download a soundboard just so I can play that randomly throughout our episodes.
What kind of an achievement would that be? You know,
what bad financial decisions?
Yeah.
I make a lot of them. I make a lot of them, dude.
Speed running to zero.
I spend a lot of fucking money. I'm hoping
he does spend a lot of money.
I'm hoping that Civ 7 is not a bad financial decision for me.
It might be.
Okay, so Civs have never, as far as I go, Civs have never been a bad buy. Civ is a really good IP. They've improved upon a lot of their stuff. A lot of people don't like their new things that they come out with because it's different, but they still listen to their people. They do regular updates. They do a bunch of DLCs. I'm still going to give it to them.
Yeah,
Going
but
back
that's
to your
you, not CC.
What?
I'm wondering what sounds are happening on the podcast right now.
For
I'm saying
what?
that's your type of game, not CC's game. Just like Marvel Rivals isn't necessarily CC's game as much as it is yours.
Yeah.
Oh no, he played last night with us.
Yeah,
You
Kai,
I know.
saw it.
I watched.
Kai was,
he
Kai,
was
Kai
swinging
was,
his hammer and just throwing it.
Kai was
He
coaching
had
me.
no idea about like multiple abilities. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, Kai was
No,
He was
man,
playing
coaching me.
Iron Man, and all he was doing was just like, "Choo, choo,
Yeah, dude,
choo."
if-
I was having
if-
fun though.
Dude, if CC
Yeah.
had actually gotten into Overwatch and just played Soldier 76 the whole time,
Oh yeah. Oh,
dude, he would have
loved
been
it.
great.
Yeah.
It's just like you have basically a
That's
grenade.
the Call of Duty player for Overwatch. Yeah.
It is, and then your ultimate ability is you don't have to aim anymore. Like you just have them on your screen, and it automatically
aimbot.
tracks to them.
Yeah.
Like a legal aimbot. That's it. Like it was 100% CC's character. It was built for people like CC.
What was
That would have been him for sure.
What was that? CC?
what was built for me?
Soldier 76 from Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch
Oh,
would have been your character.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. That's the one I used.
I mean, they say
Soldier.
now that's like Winter Soldier and stuff, but
The third person thing is still kind of weird. I'm still not a fan of the whole third person. I get that you get to see your skins.
it is a little weird. Yeah.
But like the fact that you have to shoot up and to the right of characters to make sure that you're hitting them rather than on them still annoys me, especially
Well,
with
you can hit
scan.
on them if it's a direct, direct shot. But leading, it's just saying you can aim to the right of them a little bit and it'll still hit them, which some of
Right,
them are like
it's-
a ridiculous amount. But
Yeah, it's just weird that when someone's running from like right to left and you're having to shoot behind them
Yeah.
to hit them, like you're anti-leading. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So the problems with the frame rates and the DPS and the accuracy that we went through when we first played together, it's still a thing. When I increased my my frame rate and lower, and it
better.
also my accuracy went up by like 15% on hit scan.
That sounds right.
And you don't get that type of an accuracy increase just randomly if it's something like that. So
You might if you like take an energy drink or something, you get that little
no,
boost.
then then
Bam.
your shit gets worse. You get all like twitchy and stuff, and you start like overcorrecting and no.
That's true.
Going
That's your
back to your
cheaters.
achievement thing, Xbox has unachievable achievements.
one unachievable achievement.
What?
Now
one
is
game.
this the kind of achievement that just cannot be achieved anymore, or is this
No,
an
no.
achievement that can just never be achieved?
Never be achieved.
Okay, and what is it?
So when Cars came out, they came out with Cars Race-O-Rama in 2009,
All right.
and there's an achievement for unlocking all achievements.
But you need that achievement in order to unlock
to
all
unlock
achievements.
all achievements. So you can't.
And they haven't
unlock
fixed that yet.
Oh
No, I don't think they're going to. It's an old game. They don't care anymore. They're never going to fix that.
There are some games that have achievements that require like 10,000 plus hours of game time in order to complete. I think Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5 was one of
Jeez.
them, where you need like 500 competitive hours on like a character, but then there's a meta achievement where you have to get it on each character to get the meta achievement for all of them. And given the number of characters, it's like 13,000 hours or something.
Pass.
And that's
That's
just
insane.
for the one section, and that's only in competitive or something stupid. There's another one like so many wins or so many losses, and then there are some achievements that are just impossible now because hackers have gotten in, and so some of the achievements are like hold a rank 1 spot in a certain racing game, an online racing game. Well, as soon as the hackers got in there and the rank 1 spot goes to like 0.1 seconds or something, it's done. Like there is no way you can ever do it again.
Mhm.
So I don't know. With something like that, do you think that they should just go through every once in a while and like you keep a leaderboard for like the month or whatever it is, but then you just like wipe it so
it.
people have the chance again?
Yeah, I would think so. I would say so. I mean, that's how it was with Marauders. They had a leaderboard. I mean, it didn't give you anything special,
Mhm.
but every so often they would wipe the leaderboard. I think it was like once a week. Or no. It was every time they were doing an update, they would just wipe the leaderboards. So you wouldn't lose all your gear and all that good stuff like Tarkov, but when they did like an update, they would wipe the leaderboards. And then they had like weekly events and stuff like that for leaderboards on that too, like who can kill the most scavs and stuff like that. And
Did Marauders ever full launch, or did it stay in
Mhm.
beta like Tarkov
No,
and
they-
stuff?
no, they
It's full
launched
launch.
full because people were asking them to pull it out of beta so they would full launch it, and they did. But then once it fully launched, like people played and completed everything, and then we're like, oh, what do we do? There's not enough content, and they're like, it's kind of why we didn't want to release it so early. But they did anyways because people were pushing them to do it. So they pushed after like one of the like last beta tests that they did. They just released it. So I mean,
all right.
it is
I
what
was
it is.
just that was one of those games that even I played it after launch. I guess it never looked complete. It always looked really rough. Like it just was not like you said. It wasn't ready for it. It's just
Yeah,
like a lot
I mean,
of the other
I'd
games
like-
we've talked about in the past.
I liked the rough look of it though, if I'm being honest.
Do you?
I liked it. Yeah. It was such a
Um,
fun game. I put so many hours into that game with Travis. I mean, it was just, I don't know. It was a black, and it was like, it wasn't overcomplicated. Like it was a simple version of Tarkov. Tarkov, you know,
Mhm.
you've got like different rounds and different sites
Mhm.
and all this that are going to do different things. This was like, these 3 guns take 9mm and these ones take 5.56, and you can just put those rounds in there. It didn't matter the caliber or nothing. Each gun might, you know, give you greater damage, kind of like Call of Duty type of thing, but it's still, you wouldn't have to do different grain for different damage and all that good stuff. You could just 9mm, 5.56, easy peasy.
It is a simpler version.
is that what we need to play, CC? Is that because Delta Force is just it's not it. We tried playing Delta Force.
I agree.
It is, and he's sitting here. By the way, the Delta Force creators, if you want someone to talk to, CC is your guy. Like he is sitting there, like trying to fight for you guys, trying to find, you know, the good reasons to still play this thing and to like want to do it. But you've got to give us something, not just this trash fucking game. Like,
Okay, I wouldn't say it's trash, but it definitely needs some work.
we
Some work.
mag dumped, both of us, 2 full
See?
mags into a boss, and both died.
That did happen.
This is because CC never gave that $50 in the beginning. This is that's why. The
Oh
game
no,
had
this
it
is
up as
not Gray
much as it
Zone.
needs to
This is Delta
Yes,
Force. This is a
this is
different.
Oh,
This
Delta Force. Oh,
This is
disregard.
another one that he'd be willing to pay $50 for.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't that hyped into it.
He saw Shroud play it one time, and he's like, "Oh my god, I got to do this."
There's
And don't get me wrong, Shroud makes it look fun, but
Shroud
yeah,
makes
I don't know.
everything
Maybe
look fun.
maybe I'm just trash at the game.
Shroud
did
makes
try
everything
it.
look fun, but
I don't
There's
know.
a-
It's. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
there's another game that it was supposed to be released but is no longer being released now, so they're shutting that thing down. They were going to have a new God of War that was going to come out, and it was supposed to be a live service God of War, but it got completely canceled by Sony, which apparently comes after like Concord came out, and obviously they had that huge fail. So then I think they stopped production with Bluepoint on the God of War one, and they actually I think they started doing some layoffs too. They have layoffs, but
Well,
they
I
said they
mean,
might do another game with them, but they didn't want to do take the risk on the live version of live service version of God of War.
You know, they just bet on the wrong horse for that whole thing. You know, I understand
did.
that, like, you know, the woke movement, and not trying to get political or anything, but like that's not the crowd that is playing video games. That's not the
Well,
crowd that is funding a lot of these.
That's the biggest thing about
companies.
video games, period. Like, you don't want to bring politics into video games, period.
Right.
Doesn't matter left, right, up, down, doesn't matter. You don't bring politics into video games. People go to video games to kind of escape the world, in a sense. They want to have fun. They
100%.
just want to relax. They don't want to have to think about like what is happening on this side or that side of this video game. They just want to be able to play and have a fun story behind it. I mean, you don't read Harry Potter because it's got politics in it. You know what I mean? Or watch the movies.
Speaking of Harry Potter,
Potter,
and
Harry Potter.
this is a real stretch on how it connects, but I promise you it does. I finally got Missa to start watching Star Wars movies.
Oh, I already know this.
Okay. And
I
so we
don't
started
agree
with
with
episode 4, and then we went 4, 5, and 6, and then we did 1, 2, and 3, and we've done all of this in like the span of 2 weeks, by the way.
Jeez.
Yeah, we've been just hammering it. But have you heard the whole like little stand-up thing about how Harry Potter is just Star Wars with sucky lightsabers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was where, like I said, I know it's a huge stretch. I don't remember the comic's name. I would love to give him like props for it, but
I
like
can't
that
remember who it
is
was. Yeah, but
some of
I've
the
heard,
best shit ever
Ooh,
as far as that whole thing goes.
with
I guess
speaking of good movies,
wrong.
when I went to Dallas and back, I downloaded a couple on Paramount Plus, and I got to watch some on the airplane. I think it was like Beetlejuice 2. I got to watch on the airplane, but there's 4 movies that I got to watch that we've talked about on the podcast. One was Speak No Evil, which actually, I mean, it looked good. It was actually really good. The way that they revealed the very ending of it was awesome, I thought. It was different than what it really was.
I can't remember if I've seen it or not.
Speak No Evil it has the preview where it shows the kid that has no tongue or whatever, and the guy who...
That was a hard movie to get through, dude. It was it took me like 3 days. I couldn't
because it's like there's things in there that you're like, I would never let that happen with my kid.
Yeah,
ever.
Dude.
And there's just some things you're like, why are they continuing with this? Yeah,
it was hard to get through. Yes. Oh my god.
I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, and then Beetlejuice 2, I thought that was great. It was a great great sequel to Beetlejuice. Like I didn't have any problems with it.
I did not like Beetlejuice 2.
Did you like Beetlejuice 1?
I did.
Oh.
So Beetlejuice
was funny.
Beetlejuice 2 to me was so all over the place that it did not actually have a storyline to it. It just threw the name Beetlejuice on there. It could have been like a mini series with like 7 episodes in different things, and it would have given like the same feel. There was no cohesion to the movie at all.
I feel like you're like my wife. Like if it jumps between 2 different time periods in a movie, you're like, what the fuck?
No, I'm good.
Hey, I grew up on Quentin Tarantino, baby. I can do it.
I'm good with multiple storylines. It just felt like there was no real cohesion through the entire thing. That it was. It felt like it was a money grab.
If you want me to, I'll sit down and explain it to you. Okay, when that happens.
All right, draw me a diagram. I need you to use MS Paint. I need you to like pull out your inner
easy.
Thor and
easy. I got it.
All right, cool.
So there was also Gladiator 2. Did you guys watch the Gladiator 2?
I watched it over the weekend.
I did that one.
I saw the first one.
You didn't like it?
The second one?
Fucking amazing.
First one's amazing. Second one, I even talked to people at work today, and they I don't think
it's not as good as the first one, but I thought it was fucking great.
I just don't. So we all know Denzel Washington for a lot of his role. I mean, he's got some like more evil player side roles like Training Day and stuff like that, but when you get into like his newer movies, most of them, I mean, Man on Fire, all the Equalizers, stuff like that. Yeah. He plays a good guy, and it felt like his character in Gladiator 2 was the good guy from one of those movies, but he was playing as a bad guy, and it felt, I don't know, it just felt awkward. And then they had the 2 Caesars. It just didn't make sense to me. It was just a little.
I loved it.
They were trying to shove too much into it. It just didn't work.
Was it the single performance that ruined it for you? Like aside from that one character development.
No,
was it a good movie outside of that?
No, okay. I didn't like it. Yeah, they tried to push.
I thought
too much with Lucius, and
I thought Lucius played the part perfectly.
Lucius was like the one part that I said was like a pretty decent part, but other than that, like, I don't know. I mean, they tried to push too much of like they wanted to keep going back to like when he got pushed away and stuff like that, and everything. I was just like, they try to push it too much.
So what else have you want?
What's explanation for
what's your next movie that you have a bad?
Blink Twice.
I've never heard of it.
That's the one with Channing Tatum where he like these women go up and he's like a millionaire type of thing, and they go to him, and then they go to an island with him, and then they think that like they've been there longer than they actually remember, and it's like they're forgetting what's been happening through time.
Is it good?
It's a really good movie. And what you find out, the way you find things out is it's good. It's a real good movie. I would say it's a I don't want to say it's a horror movie because it's not like that the whole time, but the movie itself is, I mean, it's good. It's an action-packed movie, but there is like some bad things obviously that happen within the movie, so expect those to happen.
Yeah.
Still a great movie though.
I watched last night. I watched Venom: The Last Dance. Rented it on Amazon Prime for $6 because it's been $20 to rent it, and I just couldn't fucking do it. But I rented it last night for $6. Phenomenal fucking movie. Just amazing.
Was it?
I'm also a big big Marvel Venom fan, but it was really fucking good.
So I watched a movie earlier with Missa today. She started watching it because she didn't think I would enjoy it, and she was right. I did not enjoy the movie at all, but it's called A Different Man.
Never heard of it.
No,
apparently it received nominations for Academy Awards, Best Performance Male Actor, Musical Comedy, best makeup and hairstyle. Yeah, it's apparently a great thing, but it is very modern. It's very new age. So they just have so much random shit going on. And the stuff that happens in the whole thing, like I don't want to. It's not really even spoilers about it, but it's just if you were to watch it, I don't think you guys would enjoy it. It wasn't something I'd ever even heard of. They had, I guess, a limited showing in certain cities, and that was it.
Well, thanks for bringing up a movie that I can't really watch, and I'm not gonna like.
It's on HBO Max. Like you can
I don't have
go
that. That's what CC's going for.
Yeah.
I ain't got
it. So you can go watch a different man, but it just
I probably won't.
For me, it was not there.
I don't know. After your fucking review of Beetlejuice, it might be a fucking great movie. I don't know. I might have to go.
It might be a really good movie.
Show me.
I don't know. I can't do that.
All right. So Microsoft's and Nintendo partnership.
Yeah. So I mean, we recently talked about the Switch 2 coming out, of course.
Yep.
So Microsoft and Nintendo had a partnership that started. It's a 10-year partnership that started in 2022. Okay. And the deal was to bring Xbox games to Nintendo. So the partnership was contingent on Microsoft buying the Activision Blizzard, which they acquired October 2023.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And now they're going to be bringing Xbox Cloud Gaming to the Switch 2, which is going to have like Diablo 4, Flight Simulator, Call of Duty, the Halo collection. All that's supposed to be able to, or is going to be able to be played on the Switch 2.
Did you hear the new more stuff, more I guess drama with the Game Pass? They're still showing World of Warcraft stuff on there, even though it's never going to be available for console at all whatsoever. But it was still like one of
they were talking about trying to make it available on console.
No, they will never make World of Warcraft available on console. Okay. There's way too many things to do. Like too many buttons to press, too many spells.
Right.
I mean,
I don't know how it would work, but I thought they were still talking about porting it over.
It would legitimately either have to have its own servers, or it would be the beginning of the end for World of Warcraft. I don't think they'll ever do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously they'd have their own servers, but yeah. I don't know.
So what's this Marvel Rivals stuff?
I mean, it's just a quick little notes. No, we didn't. We've talked about Marvel Rivals, but we didn't talk about that. We talked about you playing Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, we talked about you playing it.
Yeah. So
big news.
Two things. One is now they're gonna be like canceling matches like mid game if a hacker is found, and then it'll notify you. Obviously, a hacker was found, and nobody will lose any sort of rep or anything like that. The second one is they found out, or Marvel released that they're dropping fake leaks and files, and to inside sources. So people who have been like leaking or data mining or anything
trying
like
to catch them.
Yeah.
Who? What?
They're trying to catch the leaks.
Well, it's not necessarily that they're trying to catch the leaks per se. I mean, yes and no, but I mean, in data mining, it's not like you're going to catch who's doing it, but they're putting out false information in the data mine. So that way, when people get it, they're like, this is coming out. We just data mined it or whatever. And then later they're going to be like, oh yeah, that's not coming out. That was something. We faked that. So now you have no idea if it's actually coming out or not.
I like that.
I like that
a lot, actually.
Yeah. Similar in a sense. There's a secret character in Mortal Kombat 1. It's called Floyd, which is like a playoff of Pink Floyd, which is kind of what the character was named around, was Pink Floyd. But it's a ninja, basically every ninja from Mortal Kombat within one. So they have no idea. It's been teased about for years by Ed Boon. And recently fighters have been like running into him, but they have no idea how to start the fight. Like there's no specific, apparently like there's secret quests or missions or whatever that you have to task to complete to get him to come out, but they have no idea what they are. And people have just randomly been triggering him, and they've been fighting him. So the only question is
this like Mortal Kombat from way back in the day?
No. Mortal Kombat 1. The one that came out that was like 90 gigs.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So they just started renumbering their shit, and they just called the newest one Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, no, I was just curious of which one he meant exactly.
I'm still waiting for them to actually make Shaggy a playable character from Scooby Doo in Mortal Kombat.
I've seen that.
They joked about it forever, but
I know it. The cool thing about this one is, so right now he's not going to be a playable character at this moment. People are wondering if he will be, but he's got like all the fighting styles of all the ninjas. So like Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Reptile, all like
Smoke.
yeah, those. So he has those abilities. So as you watch him fight in these gameplays, you'll see him like shoot out the hook from Scorpion or spit in somebody's face, stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? That's a pretty cool.
I
That's
wonder
pretty
how those
legit.
controls will work though, because I think that the Venom spit and the hook from Scorpion, I think it's the same input.
Yeah, no, it is, but he just said that's not, you're not a playable character yet. So
Oh, no, I understand that, but I mean, how would that become a playable character?
I'm sure they would change it. They would change up the combination for the spit, you know, versus
God,
the
that would
hook.
be nuts. They would change up a combination from like MK2 from like
Hey,
a
man,
Sega Genesis
gotta do
game.
what you gotta do to make them all fit, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
one will be like backwards forward X, and then the other one will be backwards crouch forward X. You know, whatever they got to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
there was actually there was a one character that would do things depending on what side of the screen they were on in Street Fighter Third Strike. So on one side it would use fire attacks and it would light you on fire and do a little more damage. On the other side it would use ice attacks and it would freeze you for a few seconds. So you know it was a little harder to get out of things. I wonder if that would be a thing.
That'd be cool.
Could be fun.
I don't know.
I'm guessing the only
screen
people
side.
that are out there trying to figure this whole thing out are those that are addicted to video games. Is this a proper DSM-5 type thing, or is this just something that they're putting out there?
Something they're putting out there. I mean, I looked it up, and it's an actual thing. They call it Internet Gaming Disorder. So excessive video gaming is now classified as a mental disorder, as it is an addiction.
I would
So-
like to
we
collect
have a date on
disability
that?
for this disorder because I have
Yeah,
it,
how do we collect disability for that?
so that I can play
My,
video games all the time.
It's like my friend Grail, right? We were talking about New World, and I'm playing. You know, like I've got maybe almost 500 hours since it came out, or however many years ago that was, and he's sitting at like 1,500. And like when it first came out, like I was grinding hard, and ended up stopping because everybody on the team got off or whatever. But he like started playing. I don't know, within this last year or something, is at like 1,500 hours. I'm like, how the heck did you get up to 1,500 so quick? But I mean, it is. I mean, would every single streamer have that automatically? I guess, right?
So here's the thing. Apparently, this is not something new. Maybe it's just like coming out as right now again.
Knowledge or something. Yeah.
But no. It actually is called IGD. It is in the DSM-5, and that Front Psychology from January 5th, 2002 or 22. I'm sorry. The Chinese version of the Internet Gaming Disorder Scale short form was applied investigating prevalence in the IGD general samples of 29,000 middle school students age 12 to 19 from 2 cities in China. They've been doing extensive research. There's apparently, if you have 5,
I've been looking for a reason to go to the methadone clinic. You know, this is all I needed. So this is my addiction.
yeah, apparently there is, if you experience 5 of the 9 symptoms, you have IGD.
What are the symptoms?
Symptoms are preoccupied with online offline gaming, i.e. preoccupation. 2, experiencing an unpleasant symptom of gaming is taken away, withdrawal. The need to spend increased amounts of time engaging in games or building tolerance. Unsuccessful attempts to control participation in games, loss of control. Loss of interest in previous hobbies and entertainment as a result of, and with the exception of games, given up other activities. Continued excessive use of games despite knowledge of psychological problems, continuation, deceiving family members, therapists, and others regarding the amount of gaming, which is deception, use of games to escape or relive negative moods or escape, jeopardizing or losing significant relationship, jobs, education, career opportunities because of participation in games, i.e. negative consequences.
I got them all. I'm addicted.
All
It's
right.
like gamblers,
Amen.
but with video games. Got it.
Basically, it is a bunch of the same stuff because it is addiction and it is, showing, the examples and whatever and what it relates to. I don't know.
Casey said we're all going to be getting a check. So I mean,
That's
oh my
what
God.
I'm talking about, dude.
I tell you what,
up.
you know what one they need to come out of? They need to come out with a disorder for people who are addicted to caffeine, because the amount of energy drinks that I've drank since the military has been insane. That one.
There probably already is.
Yeah, but they're not going to give anybody money for it because everybody in the world drinks them.
Right, but no one's
So
giving
awesome.
anyone money for being addicted to cigarettes either.
I know.
They're
Yeah,
so
I
great
know.
too.
What, cigarettes or
That
energy
is hoping
drinks?
wish,
No,
okay?
no, just energy drinks, not cigarettes.
Oh my god, Cece, are you just getting like hard over there just thinking about all the things you're addicted to?
I'm addicted to a lot more shit than I realized before this podcast.
What do you do with your other hand, Punishment? Why is it below your desk? Yeah.
It's on my thing right here. Jesus.
He's putting little fucking nicotine patches on his legs as we're doing the fucking recording. Just
I got a vape right here.
Yeah.
you got a vape too.
Yeah.
NVIDIA updates. I actually just got one of those. It was finally a patch 2.0 for NVIDIA Broadcaster. I don't know if this is part of the whole update thing, but NVIDIA Ace. What do we got, Kai?
The Ace is
Hold
going to
on,
be
we
like a
got-
new system that NVIDIA has, and it
All right.
it actually seems pretty sweet. I mean, it's going to suck for video gamers because what it does is it's going to alter like the computer's ability to play games. So the bosses you're going to fight. Normally, when you fight a boss, you pick up on their patterns, you figure out how they fight, and then you create counters to that. Of course, obviously, that's how you beat a lot of bosses. What NVIDIA Ace is going to do is allow the boss to figure out your moves and like not have the same pattern over and over again. So it'll change up so like Souls games is going to be near impossible to be beating bosses.
So
they're gonna make it so-
Go ahead.
Boss does what you do.
Yeah,
It's
just
pretty
AI
much what's gonna
learns
happen.
from you. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was reading about this whole thing and how it is in the short term going to be great and then the long term horrible, because at a certain point all bosses will be 100% unbeatable because they will have learned.
Right, but they can also shut this off at any time they want to. You got to remember this is with
Not only
updates.
that, I'm sure they're going to limit it to where when
Yeah.
you're fighting about, like it'll stay within your game, and then whenever you reset, it resets. It doesn't just automatically remember how you're doing it. It would kind of reset it as you fight the boss. So every boss
I
fight
would
would
think-
reset.
But like if it's an online, like an MMO one, and learning like that, like yeah, it would learn from everybody and just become a fucking badass.
It would
yeah.
it would actually be impossible because
Yeah.
it would change. That's the whole thing about a lot of these bosses is that there is a pattern. And that's why people get good at these things is pattern recognition and being able to, pixel invul frame or pixel dodge type things, something like this. You can't do that because if it knows you're going to dodge at this moment,
Yeah, I know. So
It's-
you can wait.
that's
It makes me wonder if it's going to know, like, you know how you're going to have that input to the system itself to do a move? The game reads that. Will it start reading that?
so
Then you're
there
going to have something that predicts your own
is
moves.
there was key reading things or input reading things back in again, it's another Street Fighter thing. It was Second Impact. And there
Hmm.
was a hidden character, which was Akuma at that time, that actually did do input reading. And he would respond to whatever your inputs were before your move even came out. Because, they can do it in fractions of a second, long before you
Mhm.
can respond to it. And so the only way to beat them was to be on the back foot the whole time and actually reacting to their attacks.
Right.
So it's already been done. It's been going on since the late 90s. They just haven't really.
AI's
guess I
come a
don't know if
long
they've-
way, man. So yeah, I don't
Mhm.
know.
Oh.
I don't know. It's got good and bad things. Let's go ahead and wrap it up, boys and girls. Who wants to take
Well,
that?
we've got one more. We've got two more. One thing is going to be the NVIDIA. They pretty much keep everybody at 8 gigs of RAM versus like they did a test. PC Gamers Hardware. They compared the 8 gig versus the 16 on near identical cards.
Okay.
And it's the slower. Obviously, 8 RAMs is a lot slower, but like,
Yeah.
12% slower for 1080p, 16% for 1440, and 21 for 4K on average. Like the slowest ones, the worst ones were 75, 55, 45% slower on overall performance. And a majority of the games lost over 50% of their performance.
And you're talking
between
about
an
going
8 and
up.
a 16 gig
You're talking about going up to 16 gigs. They're losing performance.
of RAM. No. With 8 gig versus 16. Like if you go up to 16 gig, you gain 50% of the performance you should have. But because NVIDIA sticks people at 8 RAMs, you're losing out on basically 50% of your performance.
My
Instead of being able to go, instead of letting them go up to 16
my
gigs
card's a
of RAM.
16 gig.
So you should be having higher performance
Yeah.
Well,
compared
he's
to like
also
obviously the 8 gig. But
he is quite bottlenecked right now because his card is made for like next gen computer pretty much. And so a lot of his other stuff is being bottlenecked right now because he got his 40 series in.
I haven't had any.
He basically pulled a 20 series out and put a 40 series in.
Yeah.
It's still an upgrade,
yeah.
but it's no longer the card that's being throttled. It's everything else is throttled into the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
okay. And then the last thing was the Xbox TV / monitor. So, I mean, kind of like we talked about before, how they were going to have Xbox cloud gaming on monitors or on TVs.
Yeah.
Similar to this, but it's like Xbox's TV / monitor directly. So you won't need a console or anything like that. You just need the remote and a login. And then you can watch TV, streaming services, and play games on this Xbox TV monitor.
That's the way of the future, boys and girls.
Didn't you bring that up a few weeks ago, Punishment?
We talked about cloud gaming being on. Yeah, you being able to put cloud gaming on TV.
Not a
but
console
this is like an
being built
Xbox
into the fucking TV, though.
Wait, so they're just doing the Apple thing of just putting the whole thing in there? So if one part goes out, you got to replace everything instead of.
Well, I mean, they're still coming out with a console next year, but this is like a simpler way to just hang this on the wall. Let's play some games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like it. I'm with it.
No, there's no more LAN parties with shit like that. That's all I'm saying.
No way. I like it. Who wants to wrap things up though?
CC, why don't you wrap things up for once?
No.
Okay, I got it. It.
What a bitch!
I don't have the shit up in front of me. I don't know where you guys have it.
I got it.
God.
He's got 7 screens. Don't worry where anything's set. Thanks everybody for watching. Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree with anything from the show. If you'd like us to discuss anything. I know Chelsea actually told me about the whole disorder for gamers, but she didn't put it in the comments. She just texted me. Whatever. You can watch the show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Rumble. And then also feel free to follow us on our other socials. We got the Patreon, Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram. So any of those follows would be great. We're close to that 1,000 mark on YouTube. So if you can help us get there, be mighty nice of you. I appreciate it.